relaxing totally. Let go of all your fears, pain, doubts, anything that is heavy. And your first thing is you have become an instrument in the hands of the universe. So praying initiates you to become an instrument. And to do that, you focus into the center of your forehead and you tattoo yourself as a statement. You tattoo yourself with any symbol that you consider God to be having. Oh, okay, some people are not able to get in. Okay. Hey, you can join now. You can join now. So the first step is focusing in the center of your forehead. As you focus into the center of the forehead, your intention that you are becoming one with the creator. The symbol is just a symbol pointing to the creator of everything and everyone, who is deep inside you and deep inside everything and everyone. So when you do that, you imagine cross and feel the vibration of Amin. You do it with Om and feel the vibration of Om. You do put in a spiral of energy and you put it as Om Namo Shivaya. You focus on the face of Buddha and you feel Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme. Or you focus on Allah or the moon and you feel Allah, Allah. They're all pointers going to the same place. It's one point, it's one pond with different beaches and people are drinking the same water, no matter what you call it. So the first is you declare your intention to your intellect. Your brain is your thinking power. So you put your intention over out here and with laser-like intensity, you draw, cross, Amin, Om, or imagine Buddha or Allah. Whatever you think is holy for you. It can be ice cream, if you think that is the holy thing and sweetness is from the gift from God. Whatever it's your belief power. Once you have done that, then by aligning your thinking with the powers that are invoked in you, as you go to a hot room, you become sweating. Similarly, when you proceed towards God, the same characteristics of God that we give, infinite love, gets awakened in your heart. As your heart opens up, it blossoms literally like a lotus. Your heart blossoms up and all your pain, fear, anger, all those things born out of your desires and non-fulfillment of desires We are born on this planet with 6 senses to navigate it and do acts of love and service for others. So our body is a mechanism. It's our car to navigate from A to B, all the time helping people. But most of the time, because we are children and we start behaving like a children, we start taking care of our toy more than we take care of the passenger, which is our soul. So naturally, we start living for the ball. Oh, my car wants to get really close with another car. It wants to have a kiss. It wants to have this, that. My car should be having more of this skin. More should be having more of this color. More should be having a better gasoline, so that the gases which go out will be better and all that. So we start taking care of the car, and because we can focus on one thing, then once our body is at the center of everything, most people start defining happiness as making the body happy. So happiness becomes going to Cuba, lying down under the sun and on the sand doing nothing, or it becomes eating good, or it becomes having sex, and okay, that's okay. But what then? So you go to Cuba and you lie down under the sun, and then what? You have sex, and then what? You have the money that you wanted, and then what? You can never be satisfied because the body is a toy and the toy is playing with other toys. So as long as you are in a kid's room, have you ever gone into a kid's room? It has got so many toys because no kid is satisfied just with one toy. You will never go get into a loving parent's children's room and see only one toy. Hundreds, and each toy is what has got them, because children have attention. So as long as we remain children, we are thinking only of the body, and vice versa. The more we take care only of the body, the more we are like children. And then you can see the world around us. It's becoming more and more childish every day. Today I was getting into the escalator and I let the first one go because there was a lady, and I saw that there are 3 places I wanted to get it. And there was a young gentleman, and he was very aggressive. No, this escalator is only for 2 people. And that's okay. But the first thought that I had was that, yeah, you can't share the escalator. You have a fear of COVID. Not COVID, but something will get us, each one of us. It doesn't matter if it is COVID or not COVID. Something is coming for each one of us. And the only answer is that we die with confidence and gracefully, knowing that we did not live for the body. So anyone who has lived for the body can have 50 years, can avoid COVID, can have 50, 500 years. But as long as you are living for the body, it is a stupid mistake. We were supposed to take care of the soul, taking him from one place to another, ensuring that we are serving others. But we started living for our ego, our pain, our anger at other people, etc. And other people are just doing their job. Other people are supposed to make us remember that we are the soul. So they are always going to be pushing our triggers. That's their job. We do not pray, oh, I want my boss to be becoming like more happy with me. I want this to be changing. I want more money. We do not pray in this group for changes that will make our life comfortable for the body. We pray for strength and clarity so that whatever happens, we are able to manage it with a smiling heart, serving others. Unconditionally, no judgment at whatever life is offering. If it offers COVID, just make sure the time that we have on the planet, whatever it is, 5 seconds, 50 years, 50 lifetimes, is spent doing something for others. So if because of different things you can't run around, so pray, at least pray for others if that's the least that you can do, because it doesn't cost you anything. It's just closing eyes, or even with just offering your thoughts, your attention. Your attention is what love is. What do children want? Attention. So offering the attention of your soul as a prayer, you make a gift to other people, and by having that other person may accept the gift, may not accept it, but you by offering it are becoming self-realized, and your own fears and judgment, my life should be like this, this should be like that, and then I will enjoy life. If will go away, then I will enjoy life. COVID is the one of the greatest blessings on the planet. Like, a lot of people do not look like stars that you see as celebrity. So I'm really happy because I can go around with only my eyes are visible, and I don't have to terrorize or inflict any horror in horror movie like feeling to anyone. And they are happy, I'm happy. Your heart should be open. It doesn't matter whether there's a COVID mask on your face. Your heart should be open and spreading love. In order to be able to do that, you have to trust the intangible, because everything related to the body is very, very tangible. It is things that you can touch, see, feel, but the body is just an instrument, and the has got very primitive way of thinking. The soul has got the heart behind it, and the heart really doesn't think the way that the body thinks. The heart just wants to spread love unconditionally. But our body has got the rational reptilian brain and this and that, and then it thinks this is good and this is bad. Instead of accepting everything that we cannot change with grace, we start having judgment call. This was good, this was bad. But how do we know? Anything that is good for us is bad for a lot of other people, and anything that is good for them might be bad for us. Anything in different cultures is different. Different people have different food likings and dislikes, etc. And always things are changing. Right now, we are at a point of luxury. 100 years ago, spices, coffee, sugar, only for the royalty and the rich. And now, it is there for everyone. So we are at a time and space, we have a lot of luxury for the body and even for the soul. Right now, this is the time when the whole secret of enlightenment and everything that you can imagine is out there on the YouTube. Or if you want, you can make it, you'll get something. It's not like hundreds of years ago when people were so restricted, and people would have 2 books or 3 books. Only the really rich would have a bibliotheca, a library. So, and you had 1 or 2 books, and those you would be reading, etc. So it's a very luxurious time when there is so much amount of clarity there. But right now the clarity has got mixed up with information, and people are again living very, very restricted lives. I was watching something that seemed to be about an enlightened person, and he was saying, I'm psychic and I did this and that. And suddenly it became about, at the end, it became about there are reptilians people, and they are super special, and they have taken over the White House, and they are, all the actors are like Jay-Z and all that. All the successful people are actually from another planet. And it may be, for all I know, it seems to be like that. If material success is that, then yeah, that's like you go to ancient Egypt with all your current knowledge and you become a king over out there, but you won't be able to relate to anyone. You can go and live all I know about this because they were British. When the British Empire was there, they sent all their miscast people who were not really successful in UK. They went out to Australia, India, and all the colonies to be someone. And in London, they wouldn't have been anywhere. And this tradition still exists in places like Dubai. I worked for a CEO who proudly told us that he used to be, his primary profession was being a shoemaker in London. And then somehow he met with an Arab guy. He came to Dubai, and he was very good looking and good communications. And for the Arab world, it's really good if you have a person with British passport as your CEO, CIO. So he ended up, and of course, the workforce was all Asians. So that's how I ended up over out there. And good, there are no taxes. There were no taxes at that time. So the point is that the British would be sending the people who are not really so successful in Britain outside, and they would become successful. And these people who are having such great palaces, etc., were always, I'm going to use a special word, pining. They had nostalgia for Piccadilly Circus. Because why? Because Piccadilly Circus has got lights. The same way that people think, oh, I'm going to have to go to LA, Los Angeles, or Las Vegas, etc. Why? You go to Las Vegas and what is over there? Lights, shining lights. And a lot of people desperate to do anything for a small amount of money. So the people go, oh, I'm going, and I've lived in, I work as a project manager, and I have worked in Vegas for extended periods of time. After some time, you start seeing the madness over there. So it's just that people come for an adventure and they think that all these shining lights is happiness, happiness, happiness. You're just mixing up. The shining light is inside you. The shining light that you think is outside and it's reflective of happiness and joy and parting is the shining heart inside you. So light that fire right now. First step, intention. Two, focusing on the center of the forehead, imagining any. Third, feeling. I'm not talking about the sound, feeling the vibration. We are going to be doing Om looks like an Om. It's like a 3. It's a mystic symbol of the Hindus, meaning it has got thousands of meanings as everything. Its meaning is I awaken. I awaken, awaken, awaken my true self. It also means welcome to gods. Om means I awaken myself. It also means welcome to gods. So that you find God and gods inside you. And then you do not have any fear of all these conspiracies. The world is going to be taken up by reptilian. This will happen. That will happen. COVID will do this. This will that. COVID is such a blessing for so many people. Hackers stole just $30 million. So 300 million were given, and 10% the hackers were just able to steal without anything, just by giving very, very low level documentation of cards, etc. They were able to steal from the banks because the governments are in panic and they're just handing out money, and they're also stealing. So everyone is stealing. There are a lot of people are lost jobs, but a lot of people made a lot of money. But it doesn't matter, because all the money up and down does not affect the shining light in your heart. That is the true wealth that everyone is born with. And if you close that light with your way of thinking, no, this is good, this is bad, I want this, I don't want that, then you yourself have made yourself spiritually poor, and you have started to live. You enhance it by living for yourself, meaning living for your body. This is my thought, I want to live for it. And then you become more and more afraid of that. But if you accept the whole of the creation and everyone in your life as representing God's love, they can behave in any way, but you see them with the power of Om as an awakened soul. You have no judgment at them. So once there was a thief was able to, and this is a real-time story, once a thief was able to steal something from the hut of the guru, the teacher, and his photograph is behind me, and the people caught the thief, and because people leave donations in a guru's place regularly, and they caught him and they were beating him, and the guru actually caught up and says, why are you beating this guy? He just took some things from him, that's okay. And if when you're eating, your tongue is bitten by your tooth, do you break your own teeth? You don't. So you let it go. So that's the attitude, no matter how holistic it is. That is the power of Om being awakened inside you right now. So we focus on that. So the strategy is very simple. Focusing over out here, drawing the symbol of God, feeling Om just washing inside you, falling from top. Namo going to your heart so that your heart opens up. Namo. As your heart opens up, you become one with the awakened godliness inside you. Shivai, Shiva means infinity of love in this case. Om Namo Shiva. So it's a dynamic process. Receiving, transmuting your heart, transmuting, changing yourself, and spreading love. So it's an exercise. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Good. Oh, and you're sending it to the people in your life, to everyone that you had any judgments at. Om. And so that sending love to others, receiving the grace from the crown of the head, spreading love from your heart, you become self-realized, self-awakened, and you become a guru teacher for others. Now, as you feel that, you need initiation. So I'm going to tell you about the picture of the guru behind me. His name is Maharishi Ramana, and he at 16 was recognized as a Bhagwan, not the Bhagwan Osho, because Bhagwan means God, and Osho, etc., just borrowed those things and named themselves. This guy, this gentleman was named Bhagwan by others. That's a huge thing. Calling yourself a Bhagwan and being called Bhagwan by others is a different thing. So when he was born in a poor place in India. India, all of it is poor, but he was from a semi-poor family, and his family could afford it to teach him. And at 16, he wasn't really into, so he was just into sports. He wasn't into studying, etc. He wasn't really good at studies. So at 16, in his family, he had some illness, not him, but someone in the, I think, father. And he thought about death, and he just lied down. He said, okay, let me imagine what death is like. He lied down and went into a semi-trance. And after that, he wasn't the same Raman. He became a rishi, a knower, a seer of reality, because he went deep inside him. And he did not have a guru, he didn't have a formal system, etc. Nothing. He just imagined himself to be dead and went deep inside to answer the one question, who is dying? Or rather, what is dying and who is dying? And then he realized the truth that everyone is looking for. And his brother gave him next day, he was saying, why are you pretending to be, if you're not into studies and everything, then just run away and become a monk, etc. And his brother told him jokingly, as if even in anger, why don't you study? And he said, no, you're right. And his brother, okay, you are going, so take this 5 rupees. He took this 5 rupees, wrote a letter saying sorry, and he went off into a holy place near his place of birth, which was Vidyanchal, somewhere near Tamil Nadu, south of India. So there was a holy mountain, and when he went, the temples were open. He went over out there, came down from the mountain, and then started to meditate in some public place. And he went into a trance. And it wasn't that, oh, people saw that someone is meditating, so the kids, they started throwing dirt, etc. Don't think India is a holistic place where that comes after people become famous, etc. Then they just saw that this young guy is maybe pretending to be holy, etc. So they threw dirt, etc. And after a few days, and it's a tradition in India that if someone is meditating, etc., other people start to feed him. So because you are considered a monk, and other people start to take care of you. But it doesn't always happen. It doesn't. It may not happen. So one of the temple caretakers saw him and said, you know, the people are not really getting you. Why don't you come inside the temple? And deep inside the temple in the basement, there is a room you can sit over there and meditate and no one will disturb. He went over out there, but in that meditation room, there were rats and there were cockroaches and there were all sorts of flesh eating, it seems. There were some of these insects. And he was in so deep a meditation that they ate away a part of his body. And till his very death, he died quite in around 70s. He had those wounds from from when he had meditated in the temple and the insects had, but he didn't care about the body. So the caretaker then brought him out and slowly he started. And when people would ask him questions, like he would say, he just had one question: who is this deep inside you who is asking? That was his. And he would not share so much, but he would say that all this that is around us is our consciousness. Consciousness with sleep is we are sleeping. Consciousness, when our eyes are open, we are awakened. But everything is a reflection of the consciousness. And with our thinking, we have put limits on our consciousness with our thinking. So his model was that he would look at a person who had a deep question and would just look at the person. So today, for the next few minutes, I want you to, I'm going to angle it in a different way. I want you to look at the eyes of the Guru and self-initiate yourself by calling on, by channeling. Because once you're dead, you become everywhere and nowhere. And once your consciousness stops thinking, then you expand to infinity, which we know as Shiva. So I want each one of you to open your eyes and for a few minutes, just get initiated with the energy flowing out from the eyes of the Guru, Raman Maharshi, Raman Maharshi, Raman Maharshi. Om Namo Shiva. 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 Morgan will get home late today, but she will have a delay. Someone will help her for sure, because we are all praying for Morgan to get home safely. She'll get home with a delay. Probably someone in a car, in a red vehicle, or someone will help her. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo. Just look into the eyes of the Guru and get energized at a soul level. Om, focusing in his eyes. Namo, his clarity and vision sinking deep into your subconscious, into your brain. Om Namo Shiva. When your conscious at a level of brain opens up, your heart and head, which reflect each other, also blossoms like a lotus. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. This word is pure magic. From the image, the life Guru, who had no Guru of his own, is initiating you with the knowledge that frees your consciousness from thinking and expands it so that your heart can blossom and serve everyone with pure rays of light blooming from your heart. Om Namo Shivaya. Om Namo Shivaya. Om Namo Shivaya. Namo Shivaya. Namo Shivaya. Namo Shivaya. Just feel the energy flowing out from the image of Guru's eyes. The Guru is everywhere and nowhere. And feel it going deep inside your subconsciousness, awakening the knowledge that you are infinite and only your thinking had made you finite. Namo Shivaya. Look as deeply as you can into the eyes of the Guru, Maharishi Raman. Maha means mega, the biggest. Rishi means seer, seer of the truth. Raman was his name. So Maharishi, mega seer of the truth. And his clarity was that consciousness is everything and everyone, but our thinking imposes restrictions, blocks into our consciousness. So by focusing onto his eyes, channeling the energy of this knowledge, channeling the energy that is flowing through the Guru's eyes, change the deepest part of your consciousness. Om means I awaken myself to the God who is everywhere and in everything. Namo Shivaya. As you feel the energy from the Guru's eyes initiating you and changing the way that you think and perceive life, you are awakened to the holy truth that you are eternal, infinite power of love, locked with your thinking and thinking that you are just this body with a set of thoughts, which is your mind, and a way of thinking, which is your intellect. And you give great importance, like all of us, to things that have happened in our life. This had happened, my mother was this, my father was this had happened, that had happened, this can happen, that will happen in the external world. And we think that happiness is somewhere in something that will happen or something from around us. But right now, instead of going to Las Vegas for the plastic lights, awaken the light in your heart with your clarity that your consciousness is not a prisoner of your thinking anymore. Expand your consciousness with the power from the Guru's eyes. Om Namo Shiva. As your consciousness becomes infinite, you can see your past life if you need to. You can see if your future more difficult. But if it is needed for your spiritual growth, whatever you will ask the Guru for your spiritual growth, which means spiritually becoming free. Most people are not able to get past life because then we are not really managing this life good. Our hearts are closed, our faces are masked. We are very afraid of contact in every way, as if not COVID, but something else will always get us. So we live in very restricted times. To counter that, to balance that, open your heart fearlessly. And then ask that, may this knowledge of my past life or future or present help me become a spiritual angel of support for others. Oh, Namo. Looking into the clarity of the Guru's eyes, go deep into his thinking, and his thinking is your thinking right now. Raman Maharishi, Raman Maharishi, Raman Maharishi. Channel it, channel his clarity to flow through you. Om Namo Shiva. See yourself in the past, present, and future as a golden light, helping others, shining fearlessly. Fears are born out of your judgment. This is good, this is bad, but everything good is becoming bad, everything bad is resulting in everything good. So instead of judging something, this was good, bad, accept the magic of life and the changes which is happening always in the planet, in your life, in your breathing. Accepting those changes, focus on the energy in your heart, which is always unchanging. The one constant truth deep inside yourself. Feel it. Om. Om means awakening your soul. Namo, not the limit itself, but the infinite love of Shiva, represented as the sound and symbol of Shiva. Infinite life, light, laughter, and love. Oh. Oh. Om once more means, may I awaken myself to the reality of who am I. It also means, with the same thing, a welcome to awakening of the presence of God and gods within me. Om Namo Shiva. Om, breathe in through the eyes of the feel the energy from the Guru flowing through your closed eyes. Om Namo, going to your heart and removing in the head and heart all your doubts, pain, free anger from the past. Shiva, just become a blessing. Instead of looking for blessings, just become a blessing. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Breathe in and out. First, just breathe normal, and then feel the energy beneath the air. Feel the energy flowing through you. Om Namo Shiva. 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 Om. Now, instead of air, just breathe in and out the energy of love and clarity. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. First, you focused on your breathing, then on the energy going through you. Now breathe from your heart, just pure energy, shining. Breathe in, shine light, take energy and shine light. Shiva, breathe out, becoming one with infinite love, infinity of love that we call Shiva. Om Namo. Full focus on your heart, which is shining brightly. You're breathing, your shining heart, you're becoming one with infinity is when you're breathing out. And the vibration of the mantra are becoming one. One simple rhythm. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Send love and gratitude to the Guru, Maharishi Raman Maharishi, Raman Maharishi, Raman Maharishi. so that your consciousness changes with the teachings of clarity. The Guru, the real Guru, is of course not the human form, but the clarity that your consciousness was limited, restricted because of your thinking. Change your way of thinking by making your heart purely blossom, flower of love, spreading love everywhere. Like a flower spreads its joy unconditionally too. It doesn't restrict. Oh, you are like this, so I won't share my presence with you. Oh, you are like that, I'll give you more of my incense. It spreads its fragrance equally. Similarly, you have to open your heart's flower and spread the fragrance of your presence on the planet unconditionally. And this will free you of all your fears, your pain, your anger, your judgment. This should be like that. That all your thinking restraints will be removed, making your consciousness expand even more. The consciousness expansion and the opening of your heart are total reflections of each other. And you can use the magic of Om Namo. Explode with your heart, becoming one with infinity. Shiva. Explode in your heart, becoming one with the Creator. Shiva. Become a pure energy of love, light, and laughter without any judgments at whatever has happened, will happen, is happening. Fearlessly serve others. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. We're all sending love to Amodini, so that whatever happened 17 years ago and 13 years ago is removed. We are all sending love, Om Namo Shiva, to Anastasia, so that her relationships management becomes even better. She becomes enlightened. Boris, Om Namo Shiva, Om Namo Shiva, so that he can manage his health better. Catherine, so that she can manage her relationships and financial questions, etc. She, so that she can manage her relationships with her daughter and everything. Om, and at work. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo. You can also pray for her friend who has just crossed over, and you will feel a different energy. So just offer blessings to the person who has just crossed over, and you will feel a different energy. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Sending love to Devi. Whatever happened, 13 years, 9 years. Diana, who has got so many blessings that she can appreciate it. Dula is able to get her blessings and appreciate them more. Om Namo Shiva. Gale is able to manage her health. Om Namo Shiva. Adya is able to manage her health better. Om Namo Shiva. Hal also health. Heather also health. Om Namo Shiva. iPhone, relationships. Jean, enlightenment and grandchildren. Om Namo Shiva. Julia, her blessings in current life. Kate, all her blessings so that she's able to serve others unconditionally. Om Namo Shiva. Marina, Om Namo Shiva, so that she's able to serve the family and the society. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Misty, so that she resolves her relationship questions. Om Namo Shiva. Morgan, also relationship and further growth. Om Namo Shiva. Neelam, all the health issues in the family. Om Namo Shiva. Preeti also. Om Namo Shiva, so that she's a blessing in all her relationships. Rita, for her children, daughter, and the future of the daughter and sister. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Sheila is able to appreciate her blessings in current position. Om Namo Shiva. So that Shari is able to work with whatever loss she had 2 years and 7 months ago. Om Namo Shiva. Some conflict and some health issues. Sid is able to resolve his issues. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Sonam is able to manage whatever happened 4 years ago. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Vera, whatever is happening right now in relationships and for the last 8.5 years. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Zarina will be able to make her trip. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Irina will find peace wherever she is. Om Namo Shiva. Aksana is able to manage her family and her life together. Om Namo. So once more, for those who joined late, the technique is very simple. Look into the Guru Maharishi Raman's eyes. He is a Guru who became self-realized without a Guru by becoming absorbed with the question, what is death? Just lying down pretending to be dead when he was 16. And he went deep inside himself, become self-aware, and he realized that all our thinking and life is because of the constriction and restriction and blocks our thinking. So remove the thinking and become the unlimited consciousness. For initiation, once more, for those who look into his eyes and get the energy of clarity flowing. Om Namo Shiva. Oh no. From his eyes, get initiated so that the knowledge and clarity that your infinite love flow from his eyes deep to your head so that your heart opens like a blossom. When there is nothing heavy in your head, your heart opens like a blossom flower, spreading fragrance of love everywhere unconditionally with your presence, with your golden presence on the planet. And as that happens, just feel the vibration of the groups. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Namo Shiva. Om Raman Maharshi, Raman Maharshi, Raman Maharshi. Channeling his great soul so that you become initiated and totally your head is full of the golden aura which Jesus had. Totally fearless in this planet, seeing yourself as an unlimited, infinite soul power on this planet to serve others, so that your heart is totally open and spreading love, light, and light. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. But may all your issues, whatever is left, be dissolved in the gong. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. At a level of body, mind, and intellect. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Good. If anyone has any questions, you can ask them right now.